坐这儿，半个小时是吧？哦。你哎，哦，还没点呢。Welcome. Good day to you, everyone. Welcome for all over the world to our live stream. This is Amy from Shumba Machinery, your host for today. It's my great honor to showcase the most advanced crushing equipment. If you have a demand for the stone crusher solution or quotation, or you want to set up a stone crusher line or grinding line, please, this live stream will surely offer valuable insights. Please leave your comments, leave your demands in the comment section so I can see where you are turning in from. We are a large-scale modern mining machinery manufacturer integrating the production of stone crushing equipment and grinding equipment. We have various types of crushers and grinding machine: jaw crusher, impact crusher, cone crusher, vertical shaft impact crusher, and we can provide the wheel type or crawler type stone crusher. And the ball mill, Roman mill, and every machine can be operated by diesel or electric motor. Today I will show you the crusher selection guide, how to choose the suitable crusher or crushing line based on the stone's characteristics to avoid the detours. Choosing the right crusher based on stone characteristics hangs on matching the stone's physical properties, hardness, brightness, and particular shape, size. Processing requirements, finished product particular size and output, and operating constraints, moisture content, mud content. And today, starting with the key stone characteristics and combining them with the applicable scopes of mainstream crushers. I will share how to choose the suitable crusher based on stone characteristics. The first part is the logic for matching core stone characteristics with equipment. First is the stone hardness, most hardness. That determines equipment's wear resistance. Hardness is the most critical indicator directly affecting the life of the crusher's wearing spots and crushing efficiency. The higher the most hardness, the more difficult the stone is to crush, requiring equipment with high wear resistance and strong pressure resistance. Hard rock usually is most hardness more than 6, such as granite, iron ore, and river stone, basalt, and others. First is coarse crushing. Usually use the jaw crusher. It's a general purpose core crushing equipment suitable for hard rock with a compressive strength of less than 300 to 20 MPa. Capital of handling large stone 500 to 1000 millimeter with stable efficiency. And the secondary is the fine crushing. Usually for the hard stone, usually use the cone crusher. Especially the cone crusher specially designed for hard rock using the limited crushing principle, interlock compression and crushing to reduce wear on the equipment liner. Suitable for crushing 100 to 200 millimeter materials to 20 to 50 millimeters for medium crushing or 5 to 20 millimeters for fine crushing. Using for fine crushing can using a short head compressor. Features high compression strength 150 to 300 MP and strong toughness, but causes some significant wear during crushing. For this kind of stone, we usually recommended to use the equipment. First is the cone crusher. Further choice is the cone crusher, and we not recommended is the impact crusher because impact crusher will have a very short lifetime in hard rock, requiring frequency replacement and poor economic efficiency. Medium hard rock most harness less is 3 to 5, such as limestone, sandstone, and marble, and others. For this kind of stone, the causes crushing also use the jaw crusher. Such system has hardness processes 300 to 800 millimeter raw stone. For the secondary fan crushing, recommended to use the impact crusher. Uses impact crusher high-speed hammer impacting the stone, achieving high crushing efficiency. Impact crusher can achieving high crushing efficiency, 20% to 30% higher than cone crusher, resulting in a fine finished product. High cubic content and low flex. Suitable for direct production of aggregate for building materials. For high production volume, more than 500 tons per hour, a compressor for improved stability is also an option. For this kind of stone, the characteristics is medium hardness and high greatness, easy to crushing, and a relatively regular crushed particular shape. Soft rock. Next is the soft rock. Most hardness is less than 2.5, such as gypsum, coal, and others. For the coarse crushing, small jaw crusher can be used. Processes 200 to 500 millimeter raw stone, no large size required. For the secondary crushing or fine crushing can use a hammer crusher. Hammer crusher simplified structure uses high-speed rotating hammers to directly crush or stone, resulting in a high crushing rate. Can reduce 300 millimeter materials to less than 20 millimeters in one go, suitable for single-stage crushing. Or impact or can you also use the impact crusher. Impact crusher have a better particular size, suitable for applications where the finished product appearance is important. The soft stone characteristics is low hardness, extremely brittle, easy to crush, and may have a high wear content such as coal. Second part is the stone brightness and toughness, influencing crushing method. Can use impact or extrusion. For the highly brittle stones such as limestone and glacier rock have numerous internal cracks and easily break upon impact. They are suitable for impact crushing. Impact crusher or hammer crusher, which offers high efficiency and good particular size. Next is the highly tough stone, such as ironstone and copperstone have strong impact resistance and require extrusion crushing, jaw crusher or cone crusher, which crushes by applying pressure slowly to avoid equipment overload. Three part is the stone particular size and output. It determines the equipment specifications and number of crushing states. For the largest stone particular size, more than 500 millimeters must undergo primary crushing, the jaw crusher, to reduce the particular size to 100 to 200 millimeter before entering secondary crusher. For the small stone particular size less than 200 millimeter, can skip primary crushing and proceed directly to secondary crushing, such as impact crusher or cone crusher. For the high output requirements, more than 1,000 tons per hour. Priorities heavy equipment such as CI series jaw crusher, such as CX series jaw crusher and multi-cylinder cone crusher, increasing capacity through parallel operation. For the low output less than 100 tons per hour, can use the light equipment such as P series jaw crusher and small impact crusher. The fourth part is the finished product requirements such as particular size and shape. This part determines fine crushing or shaping requirements. Cost finished product particular size 20 to 15 millimeters, such as road bed aggregate. Directly produce the product using secondary. Finished product requirements, particular size and shape. This part did my fine crushing or shaping equipment if whether required. Post finished product particular size 20 to 50 millimeters, such as root by the aggregates. Directly produce the product using secondary crushing, cone crusher, or impact crusher, eliminating the need for fine crushing. Fine finished product particular size 0 to 5 millimeters, such as manufactured sand. It requires fine crushing and shaping. An impact sand maker is recommended. It uses a rock-on-rock mold, stone impacting each other's or rock-on-arrow made mold, stone impacting a metal liner to simultaneously crush and shape the material, reducing the flake content to less than 15%, meeting concrete sand standard. No particular shape requirements such as stone before beneficiations, a cone crusher well resistant, suitable for hard rock. A hammer crusher high efficiency suitable for soft rock is preferred. Fire cut is a special characteristics such as moisture content, mud content. This part to avoid equipment clogging. If high moisture content, usually more than 10% or high mud content more than 5%, stone is prone to ignition, potentially clogging the equipment feed and discharge port. Recommended to use jaw crusher, light feed opening, less prone to clogging, and a cone crusher, limited crushing, suitable adjustable gap, and anti-clogging. For this requirements, we not recommend to use the hammer crusher. Greater screen easily clogged by wet mud. Or impact crusher, small gap between hammer and the liner. Wet material easily sticks. The two part is the equipment recommendation for different stone types. For the stone type, we need to see the most hardness, core characteristics, recommended crushing processes, and the recommendation reasons. First is the granite. It's suitable for as an aggregate for the construction. Its hardness is 6 to 5. It's a hard rock, high toughness, requires sand production. For this kind of stone, we recommend to use the jaw crusher as the first primary stone crushing, cone crusher as the secondary crushing, and the impact crusher for sand making. The cone crusher is resistant wear where impact crusher ensure proper sand particular size. Second is limestone, usually as a cement raw material. The most hardness is 3 to 4. It has a medium hardness, high brittleness. Finished product 20 to 40 millimeters. For this kind of stone, we recommend to use the jaw crusher as coarse crushing, impact crusher for the secondary crushing. Impact crusher offers high efficiency and produces fine finished product suitable for cement aggregates. Three is the gas set. Usually as the building materials, the most hardness is 1.5 to 10. It's a soft rock, have a low hardness, easily crushed. For this kind of stone, we recommend to use the jaw crusher for coarse crushing, hammer crusher for the fine crushing. Hammer crusher can offer a high crushing rate, produces finished product in a single stage, and offers low cost. Next is the iron stone. Iron dressing. The most hardness is 5 to 6. It's a hard rock, requires fine crushing to 20 millimeters below. For this kind of stone, we are usually recommended to use a jaw crusher for coarse crushing, multi-cylinder cone crusher for secondary crushing, the high pressure roller mill for fine crushing. High pressure roller mill offers high fine crushing efficiency, reducing energy consumption for subsequent ball milling. Rubber stone. Rubber stone usually for the sand making. Hardness is 6 to 7. Also is a kind of hard rock. It has a small surface, usually requiring shaping. For this kind of to crushing this kind of stone, the equipment usually recommended to use a jaw crusher for coarse crushing, cone crusher and secondary crushing, and impact sand making machine for sand making. Impact crushing use rock on rock mode, reduce wear and improve sand particle size. The above lists the type of crusher suitable for different models. Specific equipment selection should be determined based on actual needs. So if you can leave us message what kind of stone you want to crush, and we will send you the suitable equipment and solution and quotation to you. Next, using limestone as an example, I will analyze the characteristics of cone crushers and impact crushers when choosing equipment for crushing limestone, as well as their suitable applications. Hope this will help you determine which equipment is most suitable. First is the working principle and the structure difference. For the cone crusher, the principal material is crushed through the squeezing and the grinding action between the moving and the fixed cones. The material is subjected to multi-squeezing and bending forces within the crushing chamber. Structure of the cone crusher. The main components include a frame dress, and adjustment machines and moving cone rotates unceasingly around the main axis. Impact crusher principle is it has a high speed rotating rotor drive the hammers, throwing the material against the impact plate for impact crushing. Simultaneous impact crushing occurs between the materials structure, composed of a rotor, impact plate, frame, and adjustment machines. The crushing process relies more heavily on impact force. Second part is the crushing performance comparison. Indicators, cone crushers, and impact crushers primarily rely on extrusion for uniform crushing force, making them suitable for hard rock. Primarily, impact crushers provide high instantaneous crushing strength. Product particular size is relatively uniform with a cubic shape and minimal flex. Finer particular size results in a well-shaped finished product with a high cubic content. Higher processing capacity makes them suitable for both secondary and fine crushing. Single unit capacity varies significantly depending on the model, making them suitable for both secondary crushing and sand making. Energy consumption is relatively low, ensuring stable operation. High energy consumption occurs at high speed, especially for hard stone. Third part is the application scenarios. For cone crusher, most suitable applications. Material characteristics. When limestone is hard, compressive strength more than 200 MPa, contains a high level of impurities. The wear resistance components of a cone crusher. Crushing chamber and motor wall are more durable. Production requirements. Large-scale production line requires stable stationary or fine crushing, such as the mining project with annual production exceeding 1 million tons. High requirements for product particular size, uniformity, and undesirable production of excessive fine for root stone. Environmental requirements. The equipment operates with low noise level, making it suitable for areas with strict environmental requirements. Application where the impact crusher is most suitable. From the material characteristics, limestone is a medium hardness, compressive strength less than 200 MPa, is low in impurities and is relatively brittle, making it suitable for impacting crushing. Production requirements. Highly fine crushing should product such as manufactured sand production or cubic particular such as commercial aggregates. Small and medium-sized production line or applications requiring flexible particular size adjustment. The impact crusher can quickly change the output particular size by adjusting the gap between the impact plates. Additional advantages. The crushing process provides a shipping effect, reducing the need for subsequent shipping steps and making it suitable for construction sand with high particular shape requirements. The fourth part is the maintenance and the cost comparison. First is the wear pad life. The wear pads of a cone crusher are mostly made of manganese steel, which provide a longer lifespan when crushing hard rock. The hammer and the impact plates of an impact crusher wear more quickly, especially when processing hard limestone requiring more frequent replacement. Next is the maintenance difficulty. The cone crusher has a more complex structure and requires specialist tools for maintenance. Impact crusher has a relatively simple structure and is more convenient for component replacement. And next is the investment. For the same specifications, cone crushers are slightly more expensive than impact crusher. However, in the long term, if the material hardness is too high and the maintenance cost of an impact crusher may exceed those of a cone crusher. Third part is the comprehensive recommendations. When cone crusher is preferred, the limestone has high hardness and the production line is large and operates stable over a long period of time. The finished product is primarily used for applications such as road-based and construction cost aggregate, where particular shape is not critical but uniform particular size is required. When impact crusher is preferred, the limestone has medium hardness and the finished product requires some particular shape and a high concentration of fine powder such as sand production. The production line is medium-sized and flexible particular size adjustment is required, or there is a need for finished product shipping. When selecting a crusher, factories such as raw material, particular size, moisture content, and production line layout such as whether screening equipment is needed, should also be considered. It is recommended to conduct on-site trial based on the specific operating conditions to determine the optimal solution. For detailed equipment selection and production line configuration, please contact us for more details. You can send us a message or leave your demands on the comment section. Our sales will contact you as soon as possible.